Hello everybody. So today we are doing our final dictation practice of the quarter. We have gotten all the intervals that we need. We've blazed through Modus Novus at a breakneck pace. Don't worry, we all did it. We're all here together. We're alive. We're intact. Today we're just going to do a bunch of dictation practice. I'm going to go over trichord identification a lot, just because I want to prep you as much as I can for the final. We're going to do an example of an atonal melodic dictation. We're also going to do a Modus Novus chord construction, and those there's not really much to talk about besides just doing them. So let's get right into it. Okay, there's two methods that are possible for trichord identification, and we've done them already. So one of them is that I, for instance, play the prime form of the chord under displacement and transposition, and you're expected to tell me the prime form. You're expected to give me the three numbers in parentheses when I play the prime form. The other way is what we've been doing in the latter part of the quarter, which is where I play the prime form unoperated, and then I play you a melody that has been altered and is an altered version of the prime form. And in that case, I don't want you to tell me what the prime form is. I want you to tell me the operations that are being done. Okay, so we'll go over both of these methods. We'll do practice for both of them. Okay, a reminder of the operations that we have so far. We have octave displacement, which is simply if we do this and we make it this. That's all it is, just jumping octaves. Transposition, switching the position. Retrograde, just flipping something backwards, reversing the order. Inversion is taking the intervals and reversing the direction from the same starting pitch. Retrograde inversion is taking inversion and flipping it backwards, which in certain sets seems a lot like transposition, but the more complicated the set, the more that isn't the case. As I mentioned on Wednesday, and I want to reiterate, combinatoriality and 12-tone music is not something that I will expect you to do. That was an aside to connect different aspects of our quarter into kind of one unified tradition that you could use going forward. But I will not be expecting you to identify things like combinatoriality on the final or today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into method one, so to speak. So method one is the name the prime form situation, where I will play you a trichord, okay? And you need to tell me what the trichord is. Here's your options. There's the versions with minor seconds in them. Here's the versions with major seconds in them. Here's the version with thirds. Here's the version with thirds. Okay, minor thirds, major thirds, etc. This is all the options to pull from. And as a hint, I'm really going to be giving you ones from these first two columns because these three are just triads. 036 is the diminished triad. 037 is the minor triad. 048 is the augmented triad. So I would not expect these three as much as these. So you've really only got 9 options to contend with. So not too bad, okay? And remember, all you're listening for is listening for the internal interval ratios. For these, I will only play the prime forms under octave displacement and transposition, okay? There's no inversion to contend with. There's no retrograde to contend with. There's none of that. So you're going to hear a chord scattered across potentially several octaves. Just listen, reduce those down to being within an octave, and identify the intervals. And that is how you can get the trichords. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 2 practices of these. I'm going to play each of these twice. You are not responsible for telling me the operations. You're not responsible for telling me the transposition. What I would be asking you for on the final, for instance, would be what the prime form is. Okay, so here is the first example. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play this as a chord twice. Listen to. I'm just going to play it one final time lower just because that might be a little hard to hear. So, what do we think that is? Okay, if we reduce this down, there's a big gap here. If we reduce that down to within an octave, we see it's a major second. That narrows it down immediately to this row. Okay, we've immediately knocked out most of our trichords. Move this down an octave. What is this? That gives us an 027, right? But spread out across 2 2 octaves, right? And transposed up a whole step from where its prime form would be. Okay? Now, identifying whether you got an O1 trichord or an O2 trichord is half the battle, because that narrows down your options significantly. Okay? So, for instance, let's listen to trichord 2. Listen to. I'll give you one more listen. Listen 3. So, if we take this down, we find that we do have an O1 of some kind. There's a minor second. That narrows it down to one of those 5 options. Hearing the distance from your bottom note to your top note is how you want to figure out that third integer. We, in fact, have an O1, beg your pardon, that should be an O14. That is a typographical error. This is not an O13, this is an O14. Hopefully you're all paying attention. O14, not O13. Mistake. My apologies. It's still transposed T6 though. And this is an O14. Because 0 to 4 is a major third with the minor second in the middle there. O14. Okay, so that's method 1. Okay? It's a version similar to what we did before the midterm, but it's a version that by this point should be kind of far more familiar to us with spending more time with these trichords. Method 2 is the version that we've been doing in the second half of the quarter, where we identify the operations. So in this particular case, I play you the prime form, and then I play the operated form as a melody. You have to identify just the operations. So in this case, I'm not asking you to provide me with the numbers. I'm asking you to provide me with, of these 5 options, what is happening. Is transposition happening? Is retrograde happening? Is octave displacement, inversion, retrograde inversion, what have you? Okay, so let's do 2 examples of this. Okay, so here is the prime form. Here's the melody. Listen to. So, if it's inverted, we're going to have different pitches, right? We're going to have different pitches in our melody than we have in our prime form, okay? Okay, in this case, also our intervals are different. We've got a minor second here and a fourth here. Here we've got the fourth is outside, and we've now got a minor second towards the top instead of towards the bottom. So this has been inverted, but the direction doesn't go it doesn't go downwards like this. It goes up. So if it's been inverted and reversed, this has been retrograde inverted. This is 015 with retrograde inversion. Okay. Let's do one more example, and it's okay if this is quite challenging because these are really high level harmonic abilities that we're contending with. So even if you're close, if you're ballpark, that's fine by me. This is really difficult stuff. So I'm just I'm trying to challenge you, but I don't want to overwhelm us with this. This especially is really particularly challenging. Okay, so let's do this example here. Okay, here's the trichord. So, the question is, if it's inverted, the intervals would be in a different position, right? Are we hearing new pitches or the same pitches? We're hitting new pitches, but the intervals are the same. We still have. So what that means is that this has probably been transposed but not inverted, right? So I'm realizing another typographical error. Oh my. Pardon me, everybody. In this case, we've got an O2-6, so a major second and a tritone, right? And it's been just transposed up a third. Now, I marked it as retrograde, but I forgot to play it as retrograde, so that's my mistake. If it were retrograde, it would be this, right? But it's just transposed. So the answer for this second one is just T, just transposed. Okay? So that's it for trichords. I don't want to go any more into detail than that. There will be trichords on your final. I'm going to go over that in the Monday wrap-up video. But I wouldn't sweat them as much. This second option is very high level, so it's going to be, it'll be accessible. Just don't worry. We'll get there together. Okay. Let's go ahead and now wrap up by doing a quick melodic dictation and a quick Modus Novus chord construction. Okay. 14 measures. I'm going to give you 6 listens. I'm giving you only 6 listens because rhythmically it's not very active. So it's something that I think is very accessible within 6 listens. Okay, so here we go. There's your first pitch. Okay, this is listen 1 of 6. 1, 2, 3. Pardon me. I should count off in 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, take 30 seconds, and we'll do listen 2. Okay, here we go. Listen 2 of 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Take 30 seconds. So I know that this is a long one and a challenging one, as typical, especially before a final. I really want to push you and challenge you. So for this one, again, rhythm is a big part of this. So getting all the rhythm is going to get you a lot of points. In addition, try to listen for repeating intervals and repeating kind of motives, because again, even if you miss an interval along the way, if you catch other intervals, you still get credit for that. So, yeah, this is long and difficult, but I think it's definitely doable. I think that it's all within you. So, listen 3 of 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, take 30 more seconds and then we'll do listen 4. We are at the halfway point. Okay, listen 4 of 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. My mistake. I messed up measure 8. This is listen 4 again from the beginning. Sorry about that, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, take 30 seconds and then we'll do listen 5. Okay, listen 5 of 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Take 20 seconds, and then we'll do our final listen. Okay, sixth and final listen. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, take about 15 seconds to wrap up. Okay, so let's talk about this one. It's long, it's challenging, but let's see how you did, okay? So the first half is a lot of the same intervals over and over again in the same pitches. There's subtle differences at the end, but you have this B up to A sharp, B up to A sharp, B up to A sharp. It happens thrice here. So use that to your advantage as kind of a marker, because then it gives you a place to kind of balance these extra parts off of, for instance. Measure 6 on, we've got another major seventh, okay? This is kind of the halfway point of this, both being the 7th measure of 14, but still. Here we have another motivic repetition. There's some, beg your pardon, there's some rhythmic changes here. And then we go down a half step. Then we go up another major 7th into measure 11. I would say that 12 and 13 is the hardest measures intervallically in the piece because we have a major 7th here, but then we've got a major 3rd, another major 7th, a minor 3rd, a major 7th. So it's all major 7ths surrounded by different kinds of thirds, but not uniform kinds of thirds. So that makes this particularly challenging. So, tricky. Hopefully you got all or most of that. Again, as you know, your take-home will be, your final will be a take-home this time, so you would get unlimited listens. So even if you got half of that, 3/4 of that, you know, you would get as many listens as you need to for the final exam. So I'm confident that that you all are in a good place. So let's go ahead and end by doing a quick Modus Novus chord construction. It's 7 measures. I'm going to give you 5 listens. I'm not going to give you a ton of time between listens because this is one of the more straightforward Modus Novus chord constructions that we've done so far. So your first pitch is down here. Okay? So here we go. This is lesson 1 of 5. I'm only going to give you about 10 seconds in between, if even that much. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, listen 2. I'm going to slow that down a bit. That was a little quick, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, listen 3 of 5. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, 10 seconds. Listen 4 of 5. I'm going to roll the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 10 more seconds, and then we'll do our final listen. Okay, so here we are. Final listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Take 10 seconds to wrap up your thoughts. Okay, so this one starts off pretty straightforward, I think. Okay, we go up a fifth. From the fifth, we go up a major seventh. We then go up a minor third from the bottom. We then descend a whole step at the top, so now we get this kind of minor second displaced by an octave, right? In chord 6, the middle voice, this is probably the hardest one, the middle voice ascends from here to here, so now we get fourth, and then a minor sixth, a bit tricky. The end, though, is just an oddly spelled kind of major 7 sound. We've got the major 7 in the outside, and then a third on the inside. Okay, it's almost like it's missing this. So, not too bad, I think. Not too bad. I haven't put a ton of emphasis on the chord constructions lately because I wanted to shift gears kind of more towards trichord type stuff, but it's still a good skill to kind of keep sharp. So, in any case, chord constructions. Well, that brings us to the end. It is the final exam already. So, I'm going to post an overview video on Monday. But to give a heads up, it's the same format as the midterm. So you'll still have a Monday video where I'll assign the prepared singing to Gaucho Space. We'll have a Wednesday singing portion over Zoom. So that'll be, you'll have to meet up with me. Friday will be your take-home dictation. So it'll be assigned Friday morning, and you'll have to turn it in by Friday at probably midnight. I'll assign all of that specifically out in the overview video. But yeah, that's it. Your homework, your final homework of the quarter is posted right now to Gaucho Space. That's due this Monday at 10 a.m. So yeah, we're at the end of it. We have gotten through all of Modus Novus in half the time we probably could have taken should the curriculum allowed for it. But in any case, we've done a lot of really good work. I'm quite satisfied with all of our progress, but if you do need any check-ins with me, just reach out to me. I'm happy to schedule office hours before any of the final portions, and if you have any questions, just let me know. But yeah, Monday's it. We're at the end of our material. You have all the tools that you need to go forth and conquer for the final. And yeah, this is the end of the 4th series for you. So we'll have a bit more of a tearful goodbye on the Monday video. But yeah, so congratulations on a lot of really good work this quarter and during the sequence. And if anything is still up in the air or anything that you're still struggling with, just please let me know. So with that, I will see you one last time on Monday, beg your pardon. In the meantime, take care.